beginner fan veil. The next combo, this is the combo that happens in verse 2 of the song, is our traveling forwards and backs combo. This is broken up into 2 movements. There is our actual traveling, which is just standard steps forward with a flutter. We're either walking backwards with a flutter here, or walking forwards with a flutter behind. Now, this combo is a bit tricky because we do have some grip changes. Firstly, we've just finished our beautiful circles and ribbons combo, and we've come up here and said, ah! And now what we need to do is swiftly open our fans. Change our grip from a closed grip fan to an open grip fan. And the way that we do that is to pinch those top staves and whip your wrist in so that the staves open up. So it's like this kind of motion, but you can just do it inwards towards each other. Catch the fans, stack it here. Or if you're comfortable too, you can try grabbing it and flicking your wrist back and straight away catching it there. The main thing is that you go from having it closed to somehow having it open. As beginner fan dancers, we've just finished our circles and ribbons combo to here. We then need to open our fans, and if you're up to it, slide your thumb down and transfer immediately into anchor grip so that we can flutter back and the fans can be parallel with each other. When we're traveling, we always, through this combo, step on the right foot first, and we're going to travel backwards first. We're going to take 4 steps back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do our sandstorms, which I'll teach in a second. But when we walk forward, we don't want to be in anchor grip anymore. We want to be in standard grip and point the fans back. So it is a little bit of jiggling between the 2 grips. And we're going to take 4 steps forward. Remember, right foot first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do our sandstorm moment. We transition back into anchor grip. Take 4 steps back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do our sandstorm. Transition into standard grip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you are finding that this changing from here to here to here to here is a bit tricky, and it does involve a little bit of like releasing and recatching of the fans to do that. If you're finding that uncomfortable, don't stress. You can just keep the actual hand grip in standard and cock your wrist out. It's truly not my favorite. My preference is if you can do it in proper anchor grip. But if this is the best you can do, that is also fine. It's perfectly possible. This cocked out wrist. The problem with the cocked out wrist is as you do it, you see how like the silk kind of like they hit into each other a little bit, and that's because you can't, no matter how much you try and cock your wrist out, you can't cock them out and also flutter and keep them parallel. They always will curve in slightly because of anatomy. So it's preferable if you can to do a full anchor grip so that the flutters are parallel to each other. But again, don't stress too much. So what we're doing is we've finished our circles and ribbons combo. We've opened up our fans and we've come into anchor grip, and we take 4 steps back. Do our sandstorm, into standard grip, 4 steps forward. Into anchor, 4 steps back. Do our sandstorm, 4 steps forward. When we put together our traveling movement and our sandstorm, we have 4 steps, 2 sandstorms. The sandstorms are always going to the right first, and when we do them, we transfer our weight, right foot, left foot. We take 4 steps back again, another 2 sandstorms. So the way that looks is, because we travel backwards first, as beginner fan dancers, we travel backwards first. So we start here in our anchor grip, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 sandstorms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 sandstorms. Anchor grip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 sandstorms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 sandstorms. our sandstorm is very, very similar to our ellipse. And if you don't remember what an ellipse is, the ellipse is the figure 8 that is horizontal, and we're doing it with both fans. The sandstorm is the same move in principle, the only thing that's different is a slight dynamic change. So we just make it bigger. So let's recap our ellipse. We bring our fans up, point them in, take the right fan, flick it on over. What we're doing is dragging our fans across and up and over, brushing the cobwebs off the ceiling, not sweeping the floor. This is our figure 8. Now if you picture that figure 8 in front of your body that your arms are kind of following, I want you to think about taking that shape and now making that shape bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And what you'll see as I'm making it bigger, this ellipse shape is starting to wrap around my body. But originally it was sort of on a plane in front of my body, and that plane kind of wraps around. It's almost like I'm inside a cylinder, and I'm drawing that ellipse on the walls of that cylinder on the inside. It gets really big, and my arm is throwing behind my body on each side. So it's the same principle with the ellipse. When it gets really, really big, when you're doing it with both fans, that's when we call it a sandstorm. So let's set it up. Bring your fans up, right fan out. We're going to do our just standard ellipse to start off with. Now I want you to take that ellipse and make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Wrap that shape around the inside of that cylinder, that invisible cylinder that you're standing in, and you'll see that one arm crosses behind your body while the other arm crosses in front. We're doing the exact same move, but it looks very different. This is what we call a sandstorm. Now bring your sandstorm and take that ellipse shape and just make it smaller again. Smaller, 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 itty bitty. How tiny we can get it. Now we'll try again to start. We'll reset. So, fans by our side, point them forward, point them in, take the right one over. We're going to start our ellipse going over, 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 over. Now make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Great. So you'll really feel this one opening up through your shoulders. A lot of movement happening there. Make it smaller again. Smaller, 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 smaller. Great. Now, this time we're going to try going straight into the sandstorm. So instead of starting our ellipse small, we're going to immediately throw our arms all the way back. So, set up in this shape. Plate position with your staves pointing, the silk pointing to the right. I'm going to count us in and we're going to immediately start the sandstorm rather than start in an ellipse. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sandstorm, sandstorm. Stepping on our right foot first. 1, 2, 3, 4. We end with our weight on our left foot. So we do our sandstorm to the right first. In order to do our sandstorm to the right first, it's a very similar setup, except instead of flicking your right fan over, we need to flick the left fan over. So we're stacked this way, so we're ready to go across, across. And this, at the moment I'm just doing an ellipse, but if we want to make it a sandstorm, we really have to wrap your arms around front and back. Anchor grip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sandstorm, sandstorm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Weight transfer to the right and to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the right, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left.